Hey guys, Rorius here. Welcome to Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen 2. Or Blood Omen 2 Legacy of Kain as it's listed in Steam very annoyingly. Because other games are listed as Legacy of Kain and then the name, and then this one's Blood Omen 2 Legacy of Kain. Anyway, we're continuing the spooky month of Halloween by playing an old game from my childhood. I loved the Blood Omen / Legacy of Kain games as a kid. 400 years after the nobleman Kain was cursed to walk the night as a vampire, and centuries before Kain would rule the wasteland of Nosgoth with his lieutenant Raziel. His path of conquest is stopped by a new enemy. The pillars of Nosgoth lie in the ruin, and vampires roam the land once again, and the Legacy of Kain continues. Sorry, I thought it was going to disappear on me. I panicked.
From the shards of tattered dreams I rose, unwilling, tossed upon tides of pain that flowed and ebbed and left me searingly awake, and more revoltingly, alive. It was then I saw her for the first time.
Good evening. We did not expect you to awaken so soon. Already you surprise us.
My mind was in fragments like shattered glass. Where am I? I don't remember.
Yes. It was said your memory would be affected by your long slumber. That will pass in time. I am Uma, and I am here to help you. Know that your name is Kain, and you were once a power in the land.
I know my name, but my past, I remember fragments only.
That you awoke at all is a miracle. When we found you, there was but the barest thread of life left in you. We nurtured it, fed it, and now you rise and walk again.
And what is this place?
You are in the city of Meridian, capital of the land of Nosgoth, the land you once sought to conquer and rule. Tell me, since you remember your name, do you also remember your nature?
Of course.
Then let me show you the future. You have been asleep for 200 years. In that time, this is what has become of Nosgoth.
I don't think I ever watched this cutscene. I think as a kid I used to just skip it to get into the game. But, as I was saying at the start, I loved this game.
Commanding an army of vampires, but the powers you opposed were too strong for you. You were struck down, your armies defeated, scattered, and destroyed. Everyone believed you to be dead.
Who defeated me?
The Seraphan, an army of fanatical humans sworn to eradicate all vampires from the world. A new leader brought them together, and wielding a new kind of magic, deadly to our kind, was able to destroy your army and kill most of the vampires. You were defeated in mortal combat by this leader, the Seraphan Lord. But that is not the end of the story. Under the guise of protecting the land from the vampire menace, the Seraphan seized control of all of Nosgoth, and their rule is not kind. For 200 years, the Seraphan have enslaved the humans under their iron rule, and hunted down and destroyed every vampire they could find.
They have not succeeded, however.
Not yet. And now, with your help, it is our hope to crush the Seraphan and restore order to the city.
The natural order. Vampires preying upon humans.
Naturally.
You said our hope. Who are you?
We are the Cabal, the vampire resistance. We work to undermine the Seraphan at every turn. But we are losing. With the new magic they employ, the glyph magic, they are able to find us and kill us. Our numbers are dwindling. Without help, we will not survive. We need you, Kain.
Of course you did not bring me back simply out of kindness. There must be a price.
We need you to help the Resistance. Our faces are known. They kill us on sight. But you are ancient history, long since dead and buried. You can go where we cannot. That gives us a small advantage.
How splendid for you. And why do you suppose I would do this? What is to be my reward? Your eternal gratitude.
Have you changed so much? The Seraphan Lord defeated you. Don't you want to kill him? When you have destroyed him, you can continue your ascent to power, restore your army, and rule the land at last. Does the lust for vengeance and power no longer stir you? Are you so dead?
I seem to remember that I played the pawn once before. It ended badly.
This time, you will prevail. We are simply your allies, not your betrayers. What we want from you is open and plain, with no hidden paths. If you succeed, so do we all.
Are you asking me to trust you?
We must trust one another. Together, we can defeat the Seraphan Lord. Once he is dead, his order will collapse. Mindless fools that they are. But there are dangers other than the Seraphan which must be overcome.
I care not for any dangers. They will fear me, do you hear? Tell me where to find the Seraphan Lord. I'll have him buried within the hour.
Such arrogance. If it were so easy, we would have done it ourselves, Kain. And you are far too weak to fight him.
This is why I never watched the cutscene at the start.
By other vampires.
Vampires in service to the Seraphan? Are they mad?
They value their lives. While they serve the Seraphan Lord, he lets them live.
I will enjoy destroying them.
You would be lucky to survive one such encounter until you grow stronger. But should you prevail, then you will be able to absorb their veins and thus gain new abilities.
That was the best part of the game.
These are called the Dark Gifts.
I look forward to meeting these traitors to our kind. My senses spun. My body ached. Weakness overcame me.
You have the thirst upon you. Come, vampire. It is time for you to feed.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I was gonna mention, I never played the first Blood Omen because it came out super early on and I knew nothing of it. I never even saw it available as a game to play. But I found Blood Omen and I gave it a try, and I freaking fell in love with this game. Even though on Steam it has mixed reviews.
Do not be afraid.
The mixed reviews might just be because the game doesn't work by default. You have to download a patch.
I am using the Whisper, Kain, a natural ability of vampires. In this way, we can keep in contact even over great distances.
Yes. I remember now. She had been in my thoughts. I almost believed I had called her myself.
Never fear. I cannot read your thoughts, but only speak into your mind and hear you in return. Now, proceed down this street. I shall be waiting.
Yeah, but I have seen some stuff. Moving controlled. Uh-oh, the mouse goes off the screen. This is gonna be awkward. Maybe I could just use mouse and keyboard. No mouse, sorry, just keyboard. Because when I press left and right, it doesn't. I don't strafe. It turns the camera. Go to the checkpoint. Mark your progress. Yeah. How do I attack him? Mist or Fury? Whatever. Let's just walk past. I don't know how to attack. Use camera controls to look around. Wait. Let's have a look. What options I have. Oh, could I plug in a controller? Yeah, see, it's either keyboard or keyboard and mouse. Let's just do keyboard. Bloodsucker's left alt. Action is space. Left alt. There we go. Left alt. Can I not? Aw. Why can't I suck their blood? Oh, do they have to be alive? Do I have to go into combat mode and then press alt?
Why so many?
Need a breathtaking protection. Seraphim have sworn to protect the people and destroy the vampire menace.
Have you ever seen a vampire?
Exactly. They've kept their promise. I'm playing games. You're scaring me.
Mind your business.
There we go. Okay, now that's a grab. That's not.
Don't hurt me.
Okay, no, I mustn't be able to do it yet. I must have to learn it.
Welcome to the
It's just
slums,
attacking
Kain.
random people.
We are in the oldest and most decrepit part of the city, where few people dare to come. A perfect place to train you.
Train me? Do you take me for a dog?
Your memory has been shattered, and your body has lain dormant for 200 years. What skills you had must be recovered before you can be of any use to the Cabal. You must learn to fight and to survive.
I thought you were taking me to feed.
Patience, vampire.
Yeah, I wanted to feed just
First,
then, but it wouldn't
know
let
that
me.
you are stronger and faster than mortal men, able to jump higher and farther than any human that ever lived. When your path is blocked, seek for a place to jump. Now, join me up here.
Controls are a little weird. I should press jump to jump. Very helpful game. Holy shit. Yeah, there we go.
Excellent. Know that you also have the ability to float. When you are on a ledge, such as this one, you may land silently and carefully by floating down. This will be important when I train you to kill. Now, follow me.
She would discover I needed little training in how to kill.
I've already killed people. Okay. Hold jump to jump and then press and hold jump to float. Ah, like that, yeah. So when I'm falling, yeah, I can sort of float down. I don't remember that. Vampire. Action to pull a lever and open the gate. Oh, that one there. Is it, what's action? Spacebar. Alright. Teach me. Teach me how to feed. Yeah, I love this game mainly because as you progress, you as was mentioned, highlighted objects can be activated by pressing action. Oh, I see. Yeah, because when you come through the game, like you come across vampires who are working against you, and when you kill them, you gain some vampiric ability that they had. You like claim their soul, if you
All
will.
the better for a hunting ground. Tell me, Kain, are you hungry?
Yes.
I have a prisoner waiting for
Yes.
you down below. A thug from a local gang of criminals. He sought to murder yet another helpless victim, but he met me instead.
Spare me the moral anecdote and direct me to his throat.
Drink then. I will be waiting below.
Alright. Where is he? Is he just like through this door? Oh, there he is. Doesn't hold bloodsuck to bloodsuck a body that's... Ah, there we go. Yeah.
I see you.
You just like from a distance, just like ah, and then blood comes out of them.
Blood is your life. Without
Yeah,
it, you
it's
will
how
die.
it's your health.
If you are wounded, seek out blood to restore your vitality. You must know, too, that by drinking the blood of others, you will gradually become stronger and harder to kill. We call this a vampire's lore. The more creatures you drink from, the more lore you will gain, and the greater your health will become. Leave no enemy alive, Kain. You will need their blood and their lore to survive. Now, let us continue.
It's funny because I've never thought about, or I never really noticed how scantily clad that female vampire is. Okay, yeah, no, I need to kill them first. Oh. Okay. Hold auto face to lock onto victims, then action to attack. Filling your lore bar will increase your blood bar. Yeah, so it wasn't letting me do that before. Fill your lore bar to unlock the lever and continue. Yeah, I mean I did. I filled it just then. Go down. Let me feed from you. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why, I always loved that you just like stand there like, ah, and the blood just flies out of them. Your ability to suck is so strong that they just like... Oh, there's a woman up there as well. Can I get to her? No, I cannot. It's too high. Yeah, your power to suck is so strong that you don't even have to stick your fangs in them.
While we are superior to humans in many ways, we also have certain weaknesses that they do not possess. Though it is life-giving to humans, water is deadly to vampires. Its touch burns our skin. Immersion in water can kill us. Avoid it at all costs. Also know that scattered throughout Meridian are relics of our ancestors. Useless to humans, only vampires can access these coffers and use the power within. Seek these out on your journey.
Yeah. As people should know about me now, I've always liked in games playing the bad guy. So, you know. This game. Oh, ouchies. Oh, bloodsuck. Okay, so that gave me more lore, did it? Let's go kill this guy. This is the thing, we haven't actually versed any... Oh, it's a woman. We're only killing innocent civilians, I feel bad. But, yeah. You do come across a lot of frustrating encounters. Yeah, so those boxes fill your lore like people do as well. And, you know, you don't get very much from regular civilians. You get way more benefits from sucking the blood of, of foes, actual combat foes. Oh. Hey, random unsuspecting woman. You came to the wrong port. Dude, I really did love this game as a kid. It's tempting. Playing it now, I'm like, oh, I should play the whole game.
I spoke before of our mortal enemies, the Seraphan. It is their sworn crusade to destroy all vampires.
Yes, these guys.
And for this, they have developed special defenses. You see here a ward gate.
What precisely does it do?
Should you so much as touch it, you will be burned as by fire. The Seraphan have raised these wards throughout Meridian. We can go no farther this way. Follow me into
We have
the
other
sewer.
ways to go, though. Yeah. Oh, she runs so fast. Yeah, so naturally we have to go the side paths to get round them.
Your ability to survive will depend upon your ability to fight. It's time for you to learn how to kill.
Yeah.
Your first line of defense is your agility. You can dodge around an opponent using your inhuman speed. You can also defend yourself by blocking attacks. I shall now strike at you. Do not be concerned. I shan't use my claws. Block my attacks, and we can proceed to the next lesson.
Oh. Auto face, lock onto enemies. Press block to block attacks. Block 9 times to continue. What's block? Block is C. Okay. Oh, and blocking gives me that bar as well.
We
Freeze
are
frame.
all armed with a natural weapon, our claws. Use them to kill your enemies. You can practice by attacking me.
Basically just have to mash spacebar a bunch.
If you see an enemy become tired, use this opportunity to grab him. Once
Right.
grabbed,
Yeah,
you
that's
can
the
throw him a
that's the
great
blood
distance.
suck button. Action for a lesser attack, press action. Oh, I see. Wait. So I can go like this, and then I can... Oh. Okay. Or like this. Okay.
Your
Sure.
lesson is over for the moment. Continue through the sewer, and I shall meet you again shortly.
Yeah, so, we learned the ways of combat. We learned a bunch. About all sorts. Blocking will increase your rage bar. Blocking the rage bar activates combat dark gifts. Yeah. It's like the mist ability. Okay, what do we got? Yeah, so this game is like it's a puzzle platformer. It's got some pretty challenging combat from time to time. It's not really horror. I'm just playing it because I was like, I want to play this, and it's sort of, you know, Halloween themed. Got vampires. Oh, I didn't realize I could grab ledges. Oh, an actual enemy, is it?
Here you are at last. Through this door lies your first true test. A gang of criminals are encamped ahead, and one of their number stands guard, unaware that his fate approaches. You must kill him, Kain. You have the skill to block and dodge his attacks. Bring him down using your claws. Once you have felled him, drink his blood to restore yourself from any wounds you may receive. I will be watching.
Will do. Hey. Wait, use dark gift. How do I use dark gift? It's Z. I should have guessed. Oh, I don't have enough for it yet. Do I still not have enough? Or is it just that I'm using the wrong kind of thing for it? There we go. Oopsies. Alt. So the dark gift just like insta-killed him. Yeah, I was using the wrong. I was trying to use mist. Oh, what's this? Oh. Oh, I remember doing that. Yeah. You can pick up people's weapons and use it. Yeah. This was a PS2 game. This was an early PS2 game, by the way. Actually, I don't know how early, but it was a fairly early PS2 game. And for being a game of that era, I feel like it had a lot of little things, had a lot of little functions. The game that came after this was Legacy of... Oh, actually, I think Soul Reaver 2 probably came out after this. But then after that, Defiance, Legacy of Kain Defiance came out. And I don't feel like Defiance was as fun.
Also possess dark gifts.
like mechanically.
These are our supernatural abilities. Our curse develops differently in each of us, giving us unique powers. Much of your form of power, Kain, has been weakened during your long hibernation. The mist you see here can be used to your advantage. You have the ability to assume a mist form and become nearly invisible. You can move silently to bring down your prey from behind.
Yeah.
At times when you are outnumbered, look for mist from which to kill your enemies silently. If you are pursued, you can hide in mist to escape. Now, use this gift to kill those before you in the cemetery. I will let you continue when the deed is done.
Yeah. Yeah, so supposedly that's Kain's ability, is mist form. Switch to mist. Press use dark gift to activate gift. Yeah, where's Mr. Gangman? He's over there. Oh, it's insta-kill if you're invisible. Duh. And then he gets to watch me suck the blood out of him. Okay. So seemingly that doesn't use any energy. Or maybe it just doesn't because it's here. He doesn't know I'm here. I saved him and now I killed him. No, I kill him. I kill him. Alright. Well, that was fun. Yeah, so every vampire has like special abilities. She implies that that is ours, that's Kain's special ability is she implies that that's Kain's special ability is his mist form. I don't remember if that's what his special ability was. Like, I know... Oh, I was gonna say as well, is that... I forgot to mention it right at the start. There is... I have seen a very small amount of... the first game. Holds blood suck to activate. Alright, let's just suck this guy's blood. I saw a small amount of what the first game is, and I found out when I saw the small amount that Kain was originally a nobleman, and then he got sort of like he wasn't a good man, but he was a nobleman, and he Oh, that's giving my weapon some extra juice. Oh, and there's weapons on the floor here. And he was like cornered at a bar or somewhere and killed by a thief? And he was offered the chance by death or something to be... I'm probably butchering the story. He was offered by death a chance at vengeance.
This is glyph energy, a new form of magic brought into the world with the rise of the Seraphan. It supplies power to all of Meridian. The gate you see can be opened using this energy. Activate the glyph box.
Okay.
This will bring power to the gate's lever and allow you to open it.
Yeah, and he was offered a chance at redemption, sort of thing. And oh, my health is slowly draining. Oh no! Block. Yeah, that's right. Does my health just slowly drain over time? Or is that to do with something that was in the area? I don't know. Oopsies. Yeah, and so, yeah, Death offered him a chance at vengeance. And that chance, yay! That chance was he took it, of course, because he was like, fuck that guy. I'm pretty sure it turns out that that thief wasn't actually a thief. He was like a hired assassin with the intention of killing Kain. And you know, someone had hired them. I think it was more complicated than just a thief.
A secret society existing within Meridian. You may see them working on glyphs from time to time. They rarely talk with the townsfolk, and very little is known about their origins. Ahead is the market where the common dregs of Meridian engage in their filthy commerce. Beyond the market is the bridge that leads to the lower city. Make your way east to the bridge. I shall meet you there.
And where are you going?
I shall scout ahead to ensure that you don't meet any Seraphan patrols. You aren't ready for them yet.
How trusting of you. To leave me to my own devices.
Consider it an act of goodwill.
That energy probably turns out to be some vampiric thing. One of the other vampires is probably providing the power to them. What was I saying? Right, and so yeah, when he claimed his vengeance, when he went to go get his vengeance, death turns him into a vampire, and that's how he gets his vengeance. And the cost, the payment, is he's like busy attacking the civilian. Okay, wait. Breathe. Suck this guy's blood. And then the other guy. And yeah, as payment, like, Kain becomes a vampire and a messenger of death, a bringer of death upon people, you know, because death wants more souls, you know, so, since he's running around killing people to satiate his hunger, yeah, he's bringing death more souls. Oh. Yeah, it's nice being able to insta-kill. I don't know what happens every now and then, but every now and then that my health just depletes. Like it drips out blood. I'm not entirely sure what causes that. I must not fall in the water over here. Oh! Activate that. That'll turn on something. It's not a bridge. Maybe it's something up here? Yeah, and so that is how Kain becomes a vampire. And I'm sure in that first game there's like all sorts of...
Generous, I call it. You see that? Have you seen what it can do? It will bring light and heat and no cost for oil or coal. And they bring it right down to the poorer quarters for us simple folk to use. Bless the Seraphim and all their doings, that's what I say.
I almost considered leaving you alive. But then you said to bless my enemies, so I had to kill you. No, it's just valuable to kill everyone you come across because, you know, filling your bar, filling your lore bar, even just tiny bits makes all the difference. Right. Yeah, so that's all the story that I know from the first game. And then seemingly Raziel was in the first game as well. And then he got his own spin-off. Because way later down the line, Raziel dies. He's another sort of vampire. He's like, I think maybe in the first game he's thrown. He's killed. He's killed by someone. Maybe even Kain himself. And because he's depicted, I believe, thrown off like a cliff into some sort of like death valley, and upon that happening, his wings, he has like vampiric wings. His vampiric wings like disintegrate, and he's like melted. He's like half melted. And then in the Soul Reaver games, he's resurrected by another sort of demon of death. I forget what it's called, but it's like the consumer of souls, some sort of like soul monster thingy, demon, I don't know. And it basically takes Raziel and turns Raziel into a Soul Reaver, which is similar to a vampire, except that they instead of running around sucking blood and killing people, they devour the souls of people, and the souls that they devour get sent to this like demonic soul master thing. I forget the story of Soul Reaver. But whatever the case, Raziel is the main character of the Soul Reaver games, and he's cool in his own way. He's really cool in his own way. I don't know what the dog noises were. But I'm gonna leave this here, because I think we've been playing for long enough. I would love to play more of this. I would love to continue playing this. I don't know if anyone would be interested. I know there's at least one person who said that they would be interested in me doing like Legacy of Kain related stuff. I played Blood Omen 2, Soul Reaver 2, and Defiance. I never played Soul Reaver 1. I have it on Steam, but I've never played it. And I played the first 5 minutes of Blood Omen. And that's just how I got the like backstory, some of the backstory stuff. But other than that, I've not played any other Legacy of Kain games. As I said, I would love to play more of this. Let me know if you want to see more. If you like what you saw, hit like. If you want to see more from me, then subscribe. Secretly, this Halloween week, I just want to play the bad guy. Secretly, this is Rorius was the monster all along Halloween week. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.